I'm Jeff Brandon. I'm on summer vacation, so we're not teaching from inside the classroom today. We're teaching from my basement here. I wanted to get back to a few things before we get back to school. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about control and control techniques that people do in different kinds of relationships. This is our fourth video in this series. We have already talked a little about power in relationships. We've also talked about fear in relationships and influence in relationships. This time we're going to talk about conditional love and how that is a control tactic. Conditional love is where somebody says, I will give you my love, affection, kindness if, and only if you do what I want. We tend to think that if other people just did what we want, then we'd be nicer to them. So why don't they just do what we want? And so we think this is a way we can mold other people into being what we want them to be. So let's take a look at that scene that we talked about in our last movie here. So Guy offers something to his friend can't accept it, so Guy says he's still going to be his friend. Well, if he wanted to be more controlling, what Guy could do is say, well, then I'm not going to be your friend. Why don't you do the things that I tell you to? You can see this is what happens in the Lego movie with Emmett. You can see they treat him horribly because he is not what they want him to be. They want to withhold that kindness, withhold him the affection until they can change him and mold him into being what they want him to be.
This is so weird!
You're not the special. You lied to me.
Well, I mean, it really kind of
You're not
depends
even a
on...
master builder, are you?
You are so disappointing on so many levels.
See? He can't do it. He will never be a master builder.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Please, Wildstyle, let me handle this. That idea is just the worst.
He is a ordinary, regular, generic construction worker, and I need to put him back where he belongs.
The problem with this is it demoralizes people. It makes them feel horrible about themselves. We think that if we control them, then this will happen.
He should just give me what I need, and then he'll be happier.
But in actuality, they start to feel like this.
Not supposed to do that. Says she has so many preconceived notions. What can I do to please this one?
Yeah.
It seems like there's nothing I can do that's good enough for her.
And eventually they want to start saying this also.
What are you gonna do today, Napoleon?
Whatever I feel like I want to do. Gosh!
Eventually people start to feel like they're tired of trying to please the other person, and they feel like they want to do whatever they want to do. Now, other types of conditional love are things that we've talked about previously. If you remember in my Encanto video series, we talked about how one type of conditional love is showing preferential treatment to somebody over somebody else because you like them better, because they please you more. This happens in Encanto, where the abuela does this with some of her grandchildren over others.
Knew you could do it. A gift just as special as you.
This also happens in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where Amy talks about how her parents prefer her siblings over her.
I'm just gonna call and cancel. I really don't want to have dinner with my mom fawning all over the golden boy.
I'm sure your mom loves you both equally.
No, she definitely doesn't.
My parents arrange the photos of their kids by who makes them the proudest. Number 1 goes on the mantle above the fireplace, 2 through 4 on the piano, and the rest are on the staircase.
This is whack. So David's on the mantle?
Always. Meanwhile, my picture gathers dust on the piano.
The piano's not that bad.
Nobody in the family even plays, Rosa. At least people use the stairs.
Another type of common conditional love is where we refuse to talk to somebody, or what they call it, the silent treatment.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Wait, no, I'm not. What do you have to say for yourself?
Oh.
Wait, I don't want to hear it. I'm not talking to you.
Okay, don't talk. That's fine.
Some people get so mad that they think they can just kick somebody out of the family.
From now on, he's my new brother.
You can't do that.
Sorry, you've been replaced with my dear brother. Gee, I forget your name. What's your name again, little bear?
I don't want any more brothers.
See? He's had enough of you too, eh?
Oh, come on.
The problem is holding out our love as a type of carrot for other people doesn't actually work. And treating people worse when they don't please us so that they want to act better doesn't work either. There's this experiment in brain games where they did something with the game of perfection.
Players are going to attempt to fill in the board while Ben does his best to stress them out even more. Try to play along at home and see if you can match the shapes before they do.
They found that those who were degraded and were criticized the whole time actually did worse.
You could do this better with my feet. I'm trying. Did you fail shapes in kindergarten? Not that one. It'd be worse if I was over here. Would that be more distracting?
You remind me of my
Would that
father.
throw you off? My God, you're taking forever. Is that a rhombus?
You're so mean.
Let's go!
Those who are given gentle encouragement and kindness tended to do better overall than those who were given criticism.
All right, you're off to a great start. You got this, no problem. You're doing great. All you gotta do is breathe. It's all right, don't worry. Don't stress, you got plenty of time. Don't even worry about the clock. Just focus on your shapes. All right, you can do it.
Yes!
All right. One more. Piece of cake.
Yes!
So like other forms of control, conditional love just doesn't work. It ends up oftentimes making the person feel degraded, they lose their self-confidence, they lose their self-esteem, and in the end they stop wanting to be controlled and they want to just do their own thing eventually. As we said in our last one, unconditional love is much better strategy.
He can't do it. He will never be a master builder.
Of course not. Not if you keep telling him he can't. He needs to see that he can.
What are you doing?
We are entering your mind.
What?
To prove that you have the unlocked potential to be a master builder.
He's not just a construction worker, Dad. He's the hero.
Believe. I know that sounds like a cat poster, but it's true.